everybody, welcome to Zenny62. I'm sorry. Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the National Football League draft 2018. He has not only thrown for over 3,000 yards and then rushed for 1,000 yards. He's the top 20 in terms of passing yardage leaders from 2017 and the top 10 rushing. That's unheard of, except that a guy named Lamar Jackson did pretty much the same thing the year before. Oh, and he took home the Heisman Trophy. And this last season, he was the Heisman Trophy runner-up, right? Just saying. By contrast, Sam Darnold, well, I'll get to Sam in a second, but you would say, with all that and more, off-the-field class and demeanor, why isn't Lamar Jackson the best quarterback in the opinion of others? Well, consider this. Lamar Jackson, as of right now, doesn't really have an agent. Who's his agent? I don't know. Hey, Sam Darnold has CAA Sports. They're great at getting their players mentioned on television, right? They certainly are. For much of the time that we've talked about Lamar Jackson, his mom, nothing wrong with that, has been in charge with his business affairs. Just saying, okay? And then there's this idea, this crazy idea that Darnold is actually better than Lamar Jackson. Well, let's think about that, okay? Lamar Jackson threw 10 interceptions last year, and I know 2 of those at least were tip passes from receivers. So let's drop that down to say 7 or 8. Sam Darnold, he has 13 interceptions, and he's had some games where he's outright awful. You want a defense? The Sam Darnold quarterbacked USC offense designed by Tee Martin. Have a 3-4 defense, take your ends, place them inside between the guards and the tackles, and make sure you occasionally blitz an outside linebacker or safety, and you'll pretty much rattle Mr. Darnold, cause him to throw interception, be ineffective, not do what he generally is expected to do when you don't put pressure on him. Just saying. Lamar Jackson, he has that great, unique escapability. And in an era of Deshon Watson, you would think that someone with the not so unique skills anymore of Lamar Jackson would be vaulted to #1 because there's no one else in his quarterback class that has his unique skill set. You would have to go back to, that's right, a Deshon Watson or back to Michael Vick. Although there are other quarterbacks today in the NCAA who have similar talent and will be coming into the NFL in the very near future. But I digress. Why is Lamar Jackson not the most heralded quarterback, the one that everybody wants? Well, let's take the case of one Bill Polian. Yeah, Bill Polian, the NFL Hall of Fame great general manager from the Indianapolis Colts, who built the Colts around NFL Hall of Fame quarterback 2B Peyton Manning. Bill Polian said that Lamar Jackson should be placed at wide receiver. Excuse me, wide receiver and not quarterback? And that's crazy. And then get this, the ESPN analyst doubled down on his claim very recently that Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver because he's explosive. So I started thinking, does Bill Polian have something? Nah, it can't be. So I checked. I checked to see if Bill Polian ever advocated for the selection of a black quarterback to come from college to the National Football League. And the basic answer is no. I'll run down the list. Cam Newton? No, he said Cam Newton was going to be an average quarterback. Look it up for yourself. Nope, not at all. Cam Newton, as you know, was drafted #1 by the Panthers. Okay. Jameis Winston? No, he didn't want Jameis Winston over Marcus Mariota. Jameis Winston's done pretty well in the National Football League. Had his highest QBR last season. Compare season to season, you will see. Okay. Or how about Oh, Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks quarterback, right? Polian said, and I kid you not, that Russell Wilson would never start in the National Football League. Think about that. The man's got a ring, almost had 2. He has 2 NFC Championship rings, just saying. Think about that. What about Tyrod Taylor with the Buffalo Bills? Oh, no. Polian was first not in love with Taylor, said that Tyrod Taylor should not be in the Bills' future plans. And then, hey, when Tyrod Taylor did very well, all of a sudden he was on the Tyrod Taylor bandwagon. Ooh, yeah, Tyrod's good. Proving that Polian is against you until he's with you. When everybody else says, oh yeah, he's good, then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I better say he's good. Yeah. In the case of Taylor, okay? Yeah. What? This is ridiculous. I cannot find a single example of a black quarterback that Bill Polian has championed from his college career into the NFL. Not one. And so the trend of finding these funny little criticisms to, toss out there with respect to a black quarterback continues with Lamar Jackson. But considering that, we've had Cam Newton successful and Jameis Winston successful, among others, maybe it's a good idea we pay attention to Bill and then we do the opposite of what he says. Now, look, I'm not just blanket out there saying Bill Polian is racist. I happen to met Bill Polian. He seems like a very nice man to me. So maybe this is a sort of an unconscious kind of view that no one, because they like Bill, has brought to his attention and said, Bill, you might want to consider this pattern, okay? I want to believe that Mr. Polian has a set of better angels on his shoulders as opposed to an angel and a devil and his head is turned in this direction. Just saying. Bill Polian should really go back and ask himself if he has an unconscious racially divided filter that causes him to unfairly diagnose the capabilities of Lamar Jackson in the National Football League.